Hi, audience.
Hello.
Screen here anymore. What if I told you that a hard-nosed and gritty individual came into the NBA and radically transformed the franchise they were drafted to, saving it from the depths of irrelevancy? Now, what if I said that this person also altered the course of NBA history and changed the way that the NBA is played forever? And not only the NBA, but the culture and sport of basketball itself. Now, what if I told you that the person I'm talking about is someone other than Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or LeBron James? No, I'm talking about Steph Curry. Being a fan of the Warriors and Curry for a decade plus, I've observed Curry's indisputable impact. Through watching hundreds of hours of Warriors games and countless books, articles, and documentaries about Curry, I've been inspired by his career. Since being drafted in 2009, Curry has completely changed the Warriors franchise, the NBA, and basketball itself. I've summarized Curry's impact into three main points. One, Curry has flipped the Warriors from an uncompetitive team to a thriving dynasty. Two, through his uncanny three-point shooting ability, Steph Curry has taken a front seat in completely changing the NBA's play style. And three, Curry has drastically changed basketball of all levels and redefined what makes a good basketball player. To begin, the Warriors always felt so far from a championship. That was not even the goal. A quote from Golden, The Miraculous Rise of Steph Curry, a book from Marcus Thompson II. According to the official NBA website, aside from a 1975 championship with NBA legend Rick Barry, the list of successes for the Warriors before Curry was brief. The only treasures fans held on to from 1975 and drafting Curry were two playoff appearances in the 90s and 2000s. When Curry was drafted 7th overall in 2009, the team's record was an abysmal 26-56. 3 years later, after drafting Klay Thompson and Draymond Green to complement Curry's skill set, the team finished with a much improved 47 wins. And the year after that, 51 wins. Then, in the 2014-15 season, the Warriors made a shocking move and brought in head coach Steve Kerr. This year, the Warriors and Steph Curry caught fire, finishing with 67 wins, Curry's first MVP award, and an NBA championship. Since then, the Warriors have won three more championships and set the all-time regular season win record at 73, beating the previous record held by Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls. As far as individual awards, Steph Curry won his second MVP, the first player to ever win league MVP unanimously, and in 2022, Steph Curry won Finals MVP in their championship run. These stats are courtesy of Basketball Reference and Land of Basketball. So it's safe to say that Curry has breathed life into the Bay Area and rehabilitated their lackluster basketball franchise. So now let's look at his impact on the NBA as a whole. So main point number 2, through his uncanny three-point shooting ability, Steph Curry has taken a front seat in changing the NBA's play style. Abid Butt, a media sports blogger, says this: well known because of his incredible long range and accuracy ability, Curry will redefine the NBA and inspire the world to look at basketball on a completely different level, on how it is played and perceived. A quote from Stephen Curry, The Revolution of the Three-Point Game in Basketball. During the 90s and 2000s, basketball was slower and lower scoring, and the main source of offense was post-ups and mid-range, and less efficient mid-range jump shots, not three-pointers. But when Steph Curry came in, this one-dimensional and congested style of offense changed. As you can see here, this is a graph from Jordan Pagalinowan's Media article visualizing the NBA's three-point revolution. This is when Curry was drafted in 2009, and the average threes made by a team per game was 6.6. Fast forward to 2022, and the average has jumped to 12.8, almost doubling since Curry was drafted. This NBA three-point phenomenon is largely because of Curry and the Warriors' success with volume deep shots, pacing, and floor spacing. Although effective, the Warriors caught a lot of hate for their new strategy in the early days. In a 2016 Slam report from journalist Howard Beck, NBA legend Charles Barkley and others had this to say: "I just don't think you can win a championship shooting jumpers." Barkley and the haters were eventually proven wrong. So now that we've seen the impact that Curry has had on his organization and the NBA, let's finally dive into his influence on basketball as a whole and everywhere. So main point number 3, Steph Curry has drastically changed basketball of all levels and redefined what makes a good basketball player. Traditionalists held that deep threes are too low percentage or gambled too much before Curry. Coaches basically didn't want kids shooting low percentage shots. Another quote from Abid Butt's Medium Media article. Fast forward to today, and players of all ages are not only encouraged to shoot the three, but during recruiting, they're often passed over if they don't possess a respectable jump shot. I believe Mike Klinzing of Head Start Basketball says it best here. Today, the three-point line has become an essential aspect of the game. In this quote, he's talking about NCAA college basketball. And teams that do not have proficient three-point shooters are at a considerable disadvantage. This quote shows that Curry and the Warriors have not only transformed the NBA, but the NCAA and every other level of basketball. So in conclusion, 1, Curry has flipped the Warriors from an uncompetitive team to a thriving dynasty. 2, through his uncanny three-point shooting ability, Steph Curry has taken a front seat in changing the NBA's play style. And 3, Curry has drastically changed basketball of all levels and redefined what makes a good NBA player. Since being drafted in 2009, Stephen Curry has completely transformed the Warriors organization, the NBA, and basketball itself. In closing, because of Steph Curry's impact on NBA history, his basketball legacy will live on forever. Thank you.